We're sitting here with George Edward-diaz. He's the head of digital efforts worldwide for L'Oreal, a beauty company. Hello, George.
Hello, how are you?
So, let's talk in general terms about the size of your efforts when we're talking about digital presence. How many employees, what sort of annual budgets do you have?
Well, we're trying to really digitalize the organization, that's the idea beyond. So we have already 450 people that are working in digital, but they are not supposed to be digital only. They are supposed to help to digitalize the organization. We don't want to create a digital workforce which sits beside the traditional workforce. We want everybody to become digital. So they are the experts that are giving the advice to our 60,000 people throughout the world.
So what are we looking at? Actual customer service done using Twitter?
We're looking at a lot of things. Digitalizing for us is digitalizing the way we advertise. We think that digital is going to be a big part of advertising. We think that social is a big portion of it. We think that digital is a way to transform our retail, the way we sell, e-commerce, but bringing technology into retail. And we think that digital is a way to invent new type of business we have never thought of. Because of technology, you can customize things, liaise with people on a one-to-one basis. You can do different things you have never thought about. So it's about digitalizing L'Oreal, not about creating a digital L'Oreal beside the existing L'Oreal. We want to use digital as a way to transform our organization.
Okay, in the last year or so, you've had a digital campaign that was quite successful, painting the face and body of Zombie Boy.
I know the one you're talking. I know the one you're talking about. It's great. We have a guy. I don't know whether you know him. He's called Zombie Boy. He's a dancer of Lady Gaga. It's a Ghanaian guy, and he's tattooed from head to toe. So he came to us. He wrote a letter. He said, you know, my grandmother doesn't want to see me again because she's freaked out. How can I look like I was when I was young again? And we said we have a product which is called Dermablend, which we call coverage cosmetic. It's concealing makeup. So it's a product that you use normally when you have scars or burn or what we call facial disorders to cover it. And we decided to take Zombie Boy and say, you can be our spokesperson. And you know what you do? We're going to cover you from Dermablend from head to toe. And you look like if you were a young boy without any tattoo.
So it reversed the process of how many years of tattooing? 10 years, 15 years probably?
Well, it's reversed, not permanently, because of course it's just makeup.
Sure.
But it's given him the possibility to look like when he was to his grandmother. So he said, thanks to Dermablend, I'm able to see my grandmother again. Plus for us, it created a market we've never thought of, which was a market to conceal tattoos, because there's a lot of people are meeting their girlfriend or their boyfriend for the first time and say, I don't want to freak him out, so I'm going to cover my tattoo, I can use Dermablend. So it created a new market.
Now, how many views did you have for that video clip?
In a month in the US, it started in the US, we had 13 million views on YouTube, and we added to that the making of, so that people realized that it was real makeup that was put on the face of Zombie Boy.
Now, when we're talking about virality and creating buzz, usually we see a difference between the amount of views or the amount of interest and the uptake for the enterprise in terms of creating sales, in terms of creating visibility. What can you say is the uptake of that specific video clip?
There are two things. One is the thing that it increased our sale by 53%, which is quite significant.
For that specific product?
For that specific product, that's one thing. And the second thing is, once you look at, in the beauty category, at search interest, the search interest for Dermablend doubled, and it has been sustainable for 6 months in a row. So since we aired that video, the search interest in the category for Dermablend has doubled for 6 months in a row. So I think it's a sustainable result.
It's an amazing result. How much would you say did L'Oreal spend on that campaign, and what would be the revenues of the increase of 50% in sales?
But I think most of the cost was the video production, because the rest was the rest was virality.
So it's $10,000 or something like that.
It's a little bit more than that. I think it's less than 100,000 in terms of cost. But it's really it's created not only a huge buzz, because it's not buzz for the sake of it. It's really created sales, and it's created sustainable awareness of the brand, and even it created a new category of usage of that brand we've never thought about. So I think it's one of the most amazing results we have at L'Oreal till now.
Now, let's talk a bit about searching for virality. We're always hearing about social media managers trying to find the next viral thing. How can you recognize something as viral?
Well, I think first that by essence, I always say that beauty is viral because beauty is communication, communicate with others. So you want somehow to transmit your beauty to others. So it's a viral subject by definition. So it's always easier for a category to find something which is viral because people want to show their experience, their things. So the way we recognize is when it's always the same thing. There should be what we call a big ID. Something which is a proof of concept. The fact that it's working, the product is bringing some sort of usage which makes sense for the customer. That's always a big ID and a proof of usage for the customers which makes sense, make the big difference. It's what is very viral. What happened with Zombie Boy, it's because the product did the job. It was exactly what it's about. It did the job, there was a big ID, and so it went viral. So once you have this ID that you're a great product that makes the job, you have that big ID that goes with it.
Okay, George, your next mission will be to make me beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.